For level 2 for the knee loading program, we just want to start realizing that loading is really, really good for your knee joint. They've looked at the thickness of cartilage, and it is thicker in runners versus non-runners, and it's thickest in marathon runners who put a lot of miles on their knees. So we kind of think of our knees as like wearing out over time. The more we load or use our knees, then it wears out the cartilage and becomes bone on bone. But in fact, the more we use our knees, the more we load, the thicker the cartilage. So some of those myths have not been validated in research studies. And we're kind of more like a garden that's constantly sprouting and growing over time when we move in the world versus like a car that wears out over time. A lot of people think that we just are wearing out with each year, but we're not. So that might help to understand why this loading program is so good for your knees. Even though you feel pain in the moment, it doesn't mean that that activity is harmful for the knee. So pain does not equal that you're damaging your knee. It's just your nervous system trying to protect you. And there's ways to get around that. So we're gonna go into that. So first of all, loading is good for your knees. Second of all, the way that you load matters. And if there's a history of running and you get knee pain or knee swelling or symptoms, you don't want to keep running and bringing on those same symptoms, even though loading is good for you. So the way to get around that is to do as much as you can, pain-free or symptom-free if it's swelling, and keep doing that same amount every single day until your body gets used to it, and then do a little bit more when it's starting to feel more comfortable. So in that way you can safely progress your activity over time. So at this stage for level 2, if you can walk pain-free, you can start running. If it is a problem to walk without swelling or pain, then I would just walk at a consistent amount of time until you can do more and more over time, starting with flat grounds, moving to hills or stairs or hiking or uneven ground. And so as you progress a walking or running program, you want to start loading on 2 feet. So that'll look like standing with your feet apart and switching them. You don't need to go very deep at first. So that's a split squat jump. You can do 10 of those a day or more if your body can tolerate it. A deeper split squat jump is coming down, jumping up and coming down, jumping up and coming down. So keeping your body up tall. That's loading on 2 legs. And if you're pretty good at doing that, you can try some variations. So jumping jacks is another way of doing that. You can also